We're very glad that everyone's here today. We want to celebrate a milestone in the life of families and children in Buncombe County. Every day during the school year, thousands of children receive free or reduced lunches and breakfast. But during the summer, food insecurity is a reality for many of those same children. However, this year, thanks to a collaborative effort you will learn about this morning, approximately 2,000 children in Buncombe County will have the opportunity to enjoy free meals daily at over 20 sites throughout the county. Those sites include many YMCAs of Western North Carolina summer camp locations, as well as 4 Buncombe County pool sites and additional faith-based locations, including the church that I attend in Candler, Pole Creek Baptist Church. Because of this, many children will be fed and many families will have an easier time this summer. This is cause to celebrate, and I want to welcome everyone and thank you for everyone that was able to attend today. And so at this time, I'd like to recognize David Gant.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And it is a big divide here, but there's not going to be as much of a divide between children nutrition and taking care of the kids the way we need to because of this program. You know, every once in a while something comes up that can make a difference, and I think one of the most basic things we do for folks is to make sure they have what they need to succeed. And food's pretty basic. You and I take it, obviously I take it for granted, and some of you may, not all of you, but a few of you maybe. But this is something that a lot of kids don't have. So anytime we can help folks that don't have as much as we do, we're doing the right thing. I'm David Gant. I'm chairman of the Buncombe County Board of Commissioners, and I'm happy to be here today with Commissioner Jones and Commissioner Peterson, who you're going to hear from in a few minutes. I just left Commissioner Bailey at the office. He's going to some other meetings, and Commissioner Stanley, Vice Chair Stanley, is also at some other meetings. So we are excited to be part of this. It's important because it involves our kids. Summer meal programs can be an important source of nutrition for our youth during critical summer months. We all know what happens over the summer. A lot of times kids forget everything they've learned and have to start all over again, but this gives them some structure, and maybe some families that there's not as much structure. The availability of free meals is also an incentive for our children to participate in summer enrichment programs, which means our children are not only well fed, but they have a safe environment engaged in educational and recreation activities that can in turn help them come back to school in the fall and be ready to learn and be the students we want them to be. The collaboration of Buncombe County Schools and Buncombe County Parks, Recreation and Greenways is going to provide this type of opportunity. Not only will summer meal sites be located in our parks and pool sites where recreational activities abound, but our staff will also provide additional activities to engage children who want to come specifically for the meals. Having the meal sites at locations where children want to come to enjoy the outdoors has the added value of encouraging participation in the program and fighting obesity, something that's important to all of us in Buncombe County. And you know, the kids, Generation Z is kids that are 21 to 16. That's a new, boomers, Generation X, Generation Y. Generation Z, according to all statistics, is going to be the first generation in our history that's going to have a lower standard of living because we've borrowed so much money, but they're also going to be, they're not going to live as long as their parents do. And that's because of obesity, folks. So anything we can do to fight and get our arms around childhood obesity right now, we're doing the future generations a big favor. I would like to thank our Parks and Recreation Department, to Fran and all the staff that have worked so hard to make this program possible at locations all over the county. We are happy and we enjoy participating and partnering with the Buncombe County Schools and all the other partners here. Thank all of you for coming out, and most importantly, thanks for caring about kids and making sure our kids have the best opportunities in the summer, in the fall, in the winter, every season so we can have the best citizens we can. Thank you for being here.
On my way over here, picked up my daughter Gabriella from her last day of school, because Asheville City went through 10:30 today. So, and then when we walked up here, Fran said, "Welcome to summer." So, and summer it's a great season, and it's such a well-deserved reward for children and students that have worked hard all year in school. And summer is a time of fun and relaxation, but we have to also remember that for a lot of children, with not being in school where they can have free or reduced lunches and breakfasts and meals, summer can be really stressful, and in terms of the issues of food insecurity for those children, and with parents really at the breaking point of their budgets. In fact, what studies are showing us is that kids are at a higher risk of both obesity and hunger during the summer months. So for some kids, it's not all fun. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to be part of a really important task force, Children's Poverty Initiative Task Force, and it's called the Success Equation. And this group has done a lot of research, and we've grappled with a lot of statistics, and then begun to kind of think about important collaboratives to really address these daunting problems that the children in poverty face. One of the things that we learned was that in the 90s, the North Carolina child poverty rate was below the average of the nation, below the U.S. I'm sad to say that that is not the case in 2012, and we have long surpassed that average, and it's continuing to grow. In fact, this is important for the media to understand, that for every one of every 4 children living in poverty has a parent that is working. So this is a problem that really stretches across a lot of classes. And living in poverty, we all know, will short-circuit opportunities for our children in so many different arenas, in the academic arena, in the recreational arena, in the emotional arena. But we are so lucky here, because our community time and time again shows the will and the ingenuity and the resources to protect our children and to help them grow into successful, contributing adults, even when times are hard, like they've been in the last few years. We all are responsible for ensuring that our children have a great start and are not lost to the effects of children's poverty. And that's why I'm so pleased to be part of this great panel celebrating this summer meals program. It's been a dream for a long time, and people that have worked in the trenches and for years on this issue, and way to go. Here we are. So thanks to all the partners, and I will pass this microphone to my fellow Commissioner Carol Peterson, who I know cares very deeply about this subject.
Thank you very much. Good morning. I think it's great to note, as Chairman Gant mentioned, Vice Chair Stanley is not here, and I think it's important for people to know that Tuesday is the day that he and his wife Jane do Meals on Wheels. So he is actually looking at the other end of the spectrum, so to speak, the folks who are older and cannot leave their homes to get meals, and this is something that they've done, I think, for 25 years or so. And I think that shows the commitment not only of the county as a whole, but the individuals who are honored to be your commissioners. It's great to be here, and today is about what we do best in Buncombe County. It's about building partnerships that best use our shared resources to meet the needs of our citizens. And that is absolutely what we do as folks who work with Buncombe County government every day, and how great it is to be with the other good partners here today. We have many families that feel the stress of providing safe, supervised, and affordable places for their children to socialize and play and continue to learn. Summer meal programs such as this one, working in collaboration with Buncombe County Parks, Recreations, and Greenways, the YMCA, can provide the balance of nutritious meals and physical activities that growing minds and bodies need. And what a relief for struggling parents to know that their children will receive free meals and they don't even have to do any paperwork. Can you believe that? No paperwork to fill out to qualify for this program. I'd like to express our appreciation to the USDA for granting a waiver of some of the administrative and monitoring regulations that will make it easier for Buncombe County, along with other pilot school districts, to participate in this program. Yes, absolutely. Less paperwork, the better. And help us feed children when school is out for the summer. We hope to serve meals to between 80 and 100 children per site in Buncombe County, in each one of the 4 sites. We know that about 1,750 children visit these pools each week. Summer meal programs will be available to any child 18 years and under who comes to one of the participating sites. Although they do not have to stay and swim or participate in other activities there, we encourage them to do that. The meals will be served outside the pool area. I just love that. Somehow I can see them with their sandwiches and diving off the board. But it's important to know that the meals will be served outside the pool site. And the meals will be served during the time before the pool opens, and there will be other activities for the children to participate in. Since we're trying to encourage participation, there will be an incentive program for children who participate pretty much during the whole summer. Summer meal programs if they participate on a regular basis. I'd like to thank our staff. I know we've said Fran's name several times. Lynn Pegg is here, other folks, all the great folks who work for Buncombe County Parks, Recreations, and Greenways. I'd like for you to stand up and let's give them a real good hand, because these are the people who are going to make this work. I'd like to thank all those folks and this great partnership we have with Buncombe County Schools. Thank you, Chairman Reinhardt, for the great work that you and Superintendent Baldwin do, and all your folks, Chip, and everyone involved. This is just a great program. We're excited to be a part of it, but this is what Buncombe County does best. We partner, we see the problem, we bring the people together who can solve the problem, and that's why we're here today at this beautiful site in Irwin. Thank you so much for being here, and we appreciate everybody's partnership.
More than 1 in 4 children in North Carolina is now considered at risk of hunger, and that greatly impacts their education. Summer Meals Program, which includes the Summer Food Service Program and the National School Lunch Program, help kids who rely on free and reduced school meals to continue to receive healthy food during the summer. In Buncombe County Schools, over half of our schools, 55% overall, I'll repeat that again, our most recent statistics, our data, 55% of our students qualify and receive free or reduced price meals. Now I want to give you another piece of data to give you a comparison. We all understand how difficult these economic challenges have been over the past several years. In 2000, that number was 34%. So 21% increase. We've got to reverse that. That's why we're here. In fact, at several of our schools, over 80%, and that goes as high as 90% of our students receive free or reduced price meals. The fact is, on a national basis, only about 16% of children who eat free or reduced price school meals also receive meals during the summer. So what happens? There are several reasons for this. First, communities lack enough accessible summer meals program. We want to change that starting this summer. Second, families are not aware of the existing programs. We want to make it, and we are making it, as easy as possible for our children to enjoy free meals. We are able to feed any child who asks under the age of 18. There are over 20 sites, as Bob has referenced, around the county. And to find one, all a parent needs to do is to text, and that number is 877-877, all in sequence. I didn't repeat 3 numbers. Food NC. Put in their street address or zip code, and they will get a list of open site locations within a 10-mile radius. And we will also have a link on our school system website as well.
Well, thank you, Buncombe County. This is so awesome. I'm going to tell you, I've been in this job for 7 years, and this is by far the most awesome event. And what is so spectacular about this is last year in Buncombe County, when we look at the number of lunches that was served to the children in Buncombe County, it was absolutely 0 for the summer food program. And just to think about this year serving more than 2,000 children, that is so awesome. That is a great beginning, but know that you have close to 14,000 children that are still in need. I do want to be able to tell you a little about partnerships, and I think Buncombe County has definitely cornered that stone. But I do want to talk about the partnership. As we have mentioned, I am with the Division of Public Health, but we have partnered with the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction in conjunction with the Governor's Office. Back in early September, our governor was at a governor's meeting and decided and heard a presentation by Share Our Strength. And Share Our Strength is a national nonprofit organization with the whole intent to end hunger by 2015. So basically what they do is they come into states and look for partners to pull together and try to use all the different federally funded programs to try to extend them out. They started out here in North Carolina by creating No Kid Hungry North Carolina. So in September, they started to do school breakfasts, and they have seen some significant changes in school breakfasts, and now, of course, we are on to summer. So I just wanted to give you some targets of some of the things that the No Kid Hungry team is doing. So as you have heard, we have 12 pilot counties, and we decided this based on the counties that had the greatest need but the least amount participation. So in all 12 of these counties, we are looking at over 155,000 children that typically get free and reduced price school meals. Would it not be great to serve all those children? Well, we're trying real hard, and we're making great strides, but this is the first of 5 years, so I'm hopeful that we'll make it. So basically, what is included in the No Kid Hungry program is that we came up with a waiver for USDA to reduce some of the paperwork. And because it operates in 2 different programs, on the seamless side, it's through the National School Lunch Program. It is seamless. They just continue to operate just like they would during the National School Lunch. But unfortunately, they continue to receive the same reimbursement. Under the Summer Food Service Program, it is a significant increase in the reimbursement rate. So we worked it out so that we can reduce the paperwork to some extent, still being able to maintain our regulation, and be able to bring those schools onto our program and have them to get the higher reimbursement and serve as many meals as they can. They also get site recruitment. So we have a team that goes out to these different sites, new sites, and help to recruit them and do some of the basic paperwork. there's a grant that is given to all schools, and the No Kid Hungry is providing this through Share Our Strength. And this grant is there to provide a little bit more infrastructure, because basically when you really think about a child nutrition director, typically they're used to serving kids that is a captive audience that comes to them. Now we're saying, okay, don't do it in schools anymore. Take it out to where the children are. And that is quite expensive between transportation, staffing, and so on and so forth. So the grant is there to give them a little bit more to offset them. We're also doing outreach by doing the posters and the postcards and having the texting features on all the different websites. And in addition, we are also partnering with the UNC School of Governors, who's actually putting together a guide or a work tool that will help out with local governments to begin to operate the program, so that over the course of time we can actually have many partners that can contribute towards serving additional meals. So basically, I do want to commend you again, because again, as well as I think I'm so proud of Lynette and her team and the Parks and Recs team. I'm so happy about that. They alone cannot serve all the children in Buncombe County. So this is a great beginning to a great and enriched future for Buncombe County and for the summer food program. Thank you all.
Well, it all began with a telephone call from Fran and Lynn, and they said, Lynette, would you think about serving meals at our swimming pools this summer? I said, I surely would. And since I came here in 2007, I've always wanted to see this day come. So I'm emotional over it, because this is a dream come true. Carolyn and Holly remember well that I sat in their office and I said, I just so want us to be able to get to the point that we can do a summer feeding program. I came from Charlotte-Mecklenburg and saw the children that were reached. There's a tremendous need in our nation to reach our children. And from Fran and Lynn, I then talked with Paul Vest's team at the Y, and it's just grown from there. I actually had churches contact me saying, we heard about this and we want to know more about it. We're not through yet. There are more areas, more churches, more neighborhoods that have contacted me. The first year is the hardest. You have to make all of the contacts. You have to go out and you have to find the people who are interested in participating. Next year our phones will be ringing off the hooks, and we know that, and we're thrilled about that. Buncombe County Parks and Rec, if you look to the back to the fence, they will have super summer meals here. The posters will be at every open site in Buncombe County where we'll be serving meals. So on our advertising we say, look for the banner. It will also be through the texting program, and also on our website we'll have information about the locations. As they increase, we'll get that information to the media and let them know now this site is available. It's such a privilege to represent child nutrition in Buncombe County Schools. When I went to Dr. Baldwin, of course, he wanted us to do this. He was supportive all the way. Everyone has been supportive. I never use the word I, because I does not work for me. I could never, sit right then. I could never accomplish anything without the dynamic team that I have. I want my child nutrition team to stand up, and I want you to cheer them. This group represents the part that operates administratively, plans the menus, orders food, processes the financial end, and develops menus, develops production records, and those types of things. They too, and all of our managers, have a love of our children. The managers this summer will have some employment. We can't guarantee the hours, it depends on the site. But some of them said, Lynette, what about my school? Will we have a site? I said, go out and beat the shrubbery and find some places. And they did. They came back and said, Lynette, can you contact this apartment complex? There are 200 to 300 children there. And so that is a part of how it's grown. But you know, I so believe in it takes a village. I do believe in that. And look at our village. We are just a small part of it, but we are the core part that will start this summer, and next summer I expect us to double what we're doing. And I know that we will, working together. Our children are so worth it, and we will feed our children with great joy this summer. We're going all the way to Barnardsville to the Big Ivy Community Center. We're going to be at the swimming pools. We'll be at school sites. We'll be at Pole Creek Baptist Church. We'll be at First Presbyterian Swannanoa, and that is just the beginning. It's such a privilege to share in this with all of you.
We feel very blessed to be part of this program. You've heard the stats, you've heard everything that it means about kids going hungry, and we believe that that is a crisis and an issue that should not be acceptable in our communities. The children in our programs during the summer months are active. They need to be fed. I can't tell you how many summers have gone by in the last 15 years that I've been here in Buncombe County. I don't know why this is doing. Maybe I don't need to do this. That we have had staff on our payroll who show up for work every day with an extra bag of bread or cold cuts or peanut butter and jelly to feed kids just because they know those kids are going home to a hungry household. This program, in partnership with Buncombe County Schools, has been a godsend to a number of kids. We're going to see at least 350 to 400 kids a day in our program, probably 700 to 800 kids over the summer months that will be touched by this program. We feel very fortunate to be part of this. And beyond the scope of issues around nutrition and kids going hungry and obesity issues and everything else, I think as a community we ought to be also recognizing the real value of the message that this sends to our community. When you have organizations, county municipalities working together, sending the message that kids will not be hungry, that's not acceptable. And we are taking steps as a community to take care of that. Not only is that an important message that kids get and understand and realize, but think of the parents who now don't need to worry about putting a lunch together at 5 o'clock in the morning before they rush off to work, or the time that they maybe can spend a little extra time in conversation with their child because they're a little less hurried to get their child to a program or get them out of the door. So this is much bigger than feeding kids and feeding families. This is about our community taking care of each other. And I applaud, Lynette, the work that you all have done reaching out to the Y, our staff working closely to look at the nutrition and the importance of that, but more importantly, being committed as a community to take care of those who are hungry.